Pops!
Gotta have my pops.
All right, everybody, here we are. We are live, and you guys will have to let me know how is it going out there. So yes, today is brought to you by Elon Musk and Starlink and producer Jake. That's right. Yeah, kind of a makeshift situation. Yeah, using the virtual background. Not quite sure how things will go, but definitely up and running live from the farm. So we're testing different things here. Let's see what will work, what will not work, and what your guys' reaction and thoughts are on everything. So I've got it pulled up on my phone. I'm going to have the speed test going in the other window. We're going to try to share some screens. We're going to do all the things that we normally do and see what will work, what will not work, and then if you guys have any thoughts on that. So yeah, so but good day to you, everyone. Hope everybody's blessed out there. You're doing well. For those of you who don't exactly know what's going on, yes, major life changes for the old pops. The old man's working from home now, which is just quite a blessing to be able to be here, be with Mrs. Pops and the farm, the family, that kind of thing. Most days of the week, which limits when I can stream and have a direct connection down in the city. So out on the farm, we are remote. We are very remote. Thousands of dollars away from fibers, if you guys understand how that works. But yeah, Starlink is for realsy, and we're definitely giving it a shot. Going to run the speed test and see where we're at. The download and the latency appear to be the two things. Well, before I do that, let me say this. Kudos to the Starlink for having such an easy system to use and set up. Uh, Obviously, it's a small kit, satellite dish, cable, router, plug and play kind of stuff. So even for a dummy like me, it wouldn't have been that hard to figure out. So that was pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited the fact that it is that user friendly. Now, again, like I said, producer Jake gets all the credit. He knows what he's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, we got it set up pretty quick. We are running with very cloudy. I don't know if it's raining at the moment. It is definitely been raining, so it's definitely sort of a worst case scenario for this. But yeah, right now while streaming, the signals and stuff drop tremendously. But I can say this: at least it appears as though I don't have any major issues. I'm watching again. I'm seeing some of the stuff on my phone, testing it for you guys out there. Hopefully, you guys are able to tune in and see what you guys think. If it is acting funny or acting weird or anything like that, you guys can let me know. But yeah, it's been kind of a crazy life adjustment because things kind of went from being talked about to done. So definitely it moved pretty fast for me kind of situation, being able to work from home and only going to the city, very, very intermittently. So, but yeah, use the virtual background, kind of get to it. Let's see. Yeah, the speed tests come back pretty slow. So we'll see how sharing goes. So we'll definitely be doing that here in just a minute and see what happens. Because I think this would at least allow me to do interviews again, watch your stories and comic talk and things like that recorded and done again. Be able to do some videos, things like that. It's what I've spent this time working on. I was very happy to kind of get all those wheels greased and going again. This has been a lot of fun. This is really what kind of gets me through. This is sort of the dream, to be able to have the little. I always joke about it being the 1990s comic shop, my little version of pop culture in this corner of the universe. So, but with that, if you're out there, if you catch any of this, you guys let me know. I'm going to now share that link out so people will know that I am live, because I would love to have some folks drop in here and see how it is looking and feeling for them, because it's a pretty cool system. There's Loki. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing all right. And yeah, here we are. We're testing the old Starlink. We'll see what works, what doesn't work. It was very impromptu. Jake was able to get our things going. We are ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to share this over on Twitter so people know that I am live. Let's see if we can get a couple folks in here and see what happens. We'll see it goes. But yeah, let me know if you guys think it's working okay. If you could please let me know that. I'm going to share a screen because that's definitely part of what I want to do, is obviously to get back to doing some interviews and recordings and things like that. And obviously part of what I do is spend a lot of time talking about comic books and movies and things like that. So we'll share a screen. Let's see how that goes, if that buffers or creates any issues for you guys. Because this is definitely one of the comic books I would be doing a video on or be talking about this week, and that would be Duke #3. Because as you guys know, I've been a big fan of the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover stuff. Been a big fan of, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, there's producer Jake. What is streaming quality? I don't know. What do you guys think? Think things are going okay? Loki says satellite. It's not horrible. It's mission accomplished. Yeah, I think that from what I'm seeing on my phone, what I'm seeing for you guys out there, I'm able to share a screen. I'm able to do that. I'm able to interact with you guys in chat. There doesn't seem to be any major thing. The signal. It's weird because the download signal changes so much. But as Jake and I were discussing, the latency is what Jake was saying. There's no real latency because there's so many satellites. He says the audio is good. This is a very makeshift setup, by the way. This is sort of like the backup camera and the backup mic. So it's not even the ones that I normally use. So that's a good thing to know. But yeah, I think sharing the screen. We're still having a great conversation. We can go around some different stuff, things like that. Which, by the way, if you're not reading these comics, these are actually a lot of fun. Really having a great time. Just Major Blood, which, by the way, kind of has a pretty intense kind of moment in this issue. I'm like, I actually hope that's not actually what happens. So, but anyway, so that's good. That's a good test. It's good to see. And yeah, but yeah, it's been a crazy ride. And if this and this is just sort of like plug and play. We literally put the satellite in the yard, ran a cable like through the door. It's like it's not actually like through the house yet. We didn't drill a hole in the wall yet. We didn't. I'm not in the room with the router. The goal would be able to have it even closer because I think the connectivity and stuff would be even better. I see 5 of you are out there, so at least a couple of you are joining us. So thanks for that. I appreciate that and all your feedback. Because again, we are live from the farm. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere in Central Florida. So there you go. Yeah, pretty remote. Yeah, the Starlink is like, you pull it up on your app, you set up an account, you have a satellite plug and play. This is designed to go mobile. You're able to they have a roaming option. They have sort of a hybrid option, that kind of things. I don't have a green screen. No, I don't. This is just the virtual background. That's why it looks a little weird. I don't have like studio. Okay, well, we'll turn it off and we'll see what it looks like. Let's do that. Let's turn off the video, the virtual background, and we can adjust accordingly. So yeah, this is my little corner of the office, if you will. Yeah, I can't really get it to, yeah, there we go. How's that? It's a little more in line with what I normally would have. So now you guys can see. I don't know, what do you guys think? You guys can let me know if that changes things or not. But yeah, we're doing all right. I'm actually very, very pleased so far. I haven't noticed any major issue. I haven't swirled. Now the little meter on StreamYard popped up a couple times with the little meter dropped, but again, this is worst case scenario stuff where it's at least cloudy outside if it's not actually raining. Yeah, I have a lot of windows open. I shared a window. So yeah, the download and stuff is super slow. Like, it's really strange how that works. So, but yeah, let me do this. Let me just, I'm going to throw a link in, and I don't know if anybody can join. So, blip out for a minute. Okay, there it goes. It didn't blip. That's the first time it's done that, though. So 10 minutes in before we had our first sort of like buffering moment. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll close some windows in the meantime because I don't need all of these things open, only when I'm sharing. So way better actually meaning the green screen or the lack of green, the virtual background is what you guys mean. Yeah. There's Jake in the car. He's sideways, but we'll take it. All right. You turn your audio off. No, no. I can see you. No, I don't have any audio from you, Jake. But I can say this, at least it's not buffering. Yeah, I don't hear you. Well, it's up and running. You did a good job. I can't hear you. No audio. All right. I'm gonna take you out so you can keep tell me what you think. Okay. I think the echoing was from Jake, through Jake, because Jake's listening to it in his car, so that's what that was happening from. Hey, Jay. Jay uses STARLINK. He's one of the people who's kind of giving me a little positive review or some positive feedback. So that's why I'm giving it a shot. We'll see how it's working. I got to be honest. It's one of those things where it sort of like defies the numbers. So yes, let me know if the echoing is continuing. Appreciate that. Let me know if that's still an issue. I think it was because Jake was trying to listen in the car. Lady Mist. Hey there, lady. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, testing out STARLINK, kind of go live. So yeah, not anymore. Must have been the car. Okay, perfect. So yeah, there's a link there to join in, Jay, if you want. Appreciate that. Appreciate the test. We're just trying to see. Yeah, no more echo. So that was the yeah, I think he's listening in his car. He wasn't able to. Yeah, car phone wasn't working. Got it. Yeah, but so far, I wish I could say I understood the latency or how this actually works, because it seems like it defies the common sense. It doesn't work. Jake doesn't need to apologize. I got this up and running like in a few minutes. It really didn't take long at all. I had to basically did a reboot of the router. Once the router was rebooted, named, password protected, it connected right away. We just threw this together. Like it's in the yard. It's not attached to anything. It's just literally on its little base out there. So hey, Jacob, how you doing? Yeah, let me put that link again in there, guys. I'd love that. Again, the link is there just because I'm literally trying to test to see. It only sort of buffered or sort of like has a hesitation with me one time. I don't think we've got rain, but it is overcast and it has been raining. So I basically had this as sort of like the worst case scenario to test it. This would be a good day to do it. So, and yeah, you're looking at the sort of live in the office studio kind of thing. Like this is kind of what the home office looks like a little bit. So yeah, there's still a lot of Disney stuff still on the wall that needs to be swapped out, in my opinion. There's no real lighting in here. There's no real, everything is just makeshift today. So, but yeah, that's what's in the background, and we will have to restructure all of that if this becomes like the normal studio setup, because this is I think this is doable, guys. I don't know if you guys are content with it, what you guys think. I'm very happy in that regard. I will definitely be doing a test later then to see what else I can do, like if I do videos, things like that, if it creates any audio, because that's what I was running into with the current system. The current internet that I have, which is again also satellite. What will happen is, even with like a recording, even with a static page up, the audio will buffer, the audio will glitch. So when I play this back, so I'm going to play this back and listen to it, that's what I'm going to be listening to. So I'm going to be listening for those moments to see if there's any hesitation, glitching, buffering, those kinds of things. Hey, Penny, thanks for jumping in. Yeah, just testing the internet on the farm. We are literally live at the farm. We have STARLINK hooked up, and we're just trying to see. I really, the whole point of this was to see, one, is live streaming at the farm even possible? If this was worth our time and money, right? Because the internet itself that we had appears to be working for the day job. Now they're working from home. That appears to be fine. There are some slow elements. There's been a few glitches, but nothing that's been major. But now also work. Can I get YouTube interviews back up and running? Can I do live stream? Can I do shows? What can I do to keep Pops moving in the direction that it was going? And you guys have made this an amazing experience, and I don't want to kind of let go of that. I just love every minute of this. So so this was literally just, it got hooked up, me sitting down, well, let's give it the real test, and that's the plan. So yeah, this is the office for sure. So, but hail to also many of you. Penny's here, Loki's been here, Lady Mist, Jacob, Jake, Pixel Brick is Jake, Jay from the UK. I got the link in case anybody can just hop in behind an avatar or anything like that. Appreciate it. Just trying to test this out and see what else I can do. Let me pull up another comic or something just so we can continue to play around with the sharing and see if that creates any issues. So yeah, this was a graphic novel I was reading. So let's pull that back up. This is Godzilla the Kong. I assume this is a prequel comic. I don't know, to the movie. So I didn't. I think I gave my daughter the green screen, and if so, what I could do is get it back from her and hang that behind me, and that would create the virtual background situation better, right? So saw that now. I scrolled back up. But that's not really my plan. I'd rather just create a background, get the lighting a little bit better in here or whatever. Probably get the camera to go a little bit. There's Jay. Look, if it'll work with Jay, it'll be good. So let's get Jay in here. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hi, very good. I'm getting a bit of an echo. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
we'll
good. I had you on in the background. That's why there was an echo. How are you finding? How are you finding it? How are you getting on with it anyway?
Well, the biggest thing is it is so super easy to use. Like I couldn't believe it was literally just like, here's the dish, plug this cable into this, plug this into that. Once you refresh the router, you set your router up, and just boom, there's Wi-Fi. And I'm like, okay, all right, now we're good. And it is weird because of, you know, when I've tested fiber and connectivity, it's always about the download numbers, and download numbers are still kind of low-ish. But as Jake was looking at it, he was saying, oh no, it's about the latency, because they have so many satellites. It basically prevents the lag times, or it minimizes these lag times. So yeah, thought we'd just jump in here and test it and see what you think.
I find it's the upload speed that I struggle with. So down, I sometimes get up to like 120, which is pretty good for satellite. But upload, I struggle with. So I get sort of the maximum about sort of 7 or 8, which isn't ideal for streaming. But also, how long ago did you set it up? When did you set it up?
Minutes ago, like within an hour. Like it hasn't had any time. Yeah.
So it improves massively over the next 6 hours. So the satellite takes time to adjust to find all the other. Sorry, the dish takes time to adjust to find the satellites. So when you first plug it in, it's going to be much better than this in 12 hours time. I'm telling you.
Huh. Okay, that's great to know, because
that's good.
You're when you were talking, you kind of roboted just a little bit right there. So I bet that's the kind of stuff that will probably go away. So
yeah, I would have thought so. But yeah, it does massively improve. You got to keep an eye on the. I don't know. Have you placed it away from any trees or anything like that? That's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's out in the yard. We just literally just put it out in the yard.
Yeah.
Because it was close to the house, and we could tell it wasn't working quite right. And literally, he just walked it out in the yard. And again, we don't have it mounted to the house yet. We didn't drill a hole in the wall yet. Obviously, we wouldn't do anything because we didn't know if it would actually work. It's like, what if it doesn't give me this type of interaction? Because this is manageable.
Yeah.
Like even with whatever roboting we have, we can go to local recordings through StreamYard, and we can divert around those type of problems for interviews and conversations like we've had in the past. So that was the goal. If I can get to that level of what I was doing before with Starlink, that's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be good. But yeah, so this test seems to work, does it? Looks pretty good from my side.
I'm relieved and thrilled at the same time. Yeah, Jacob says he crossed over to satellite as well. That's great, Jacob. Let me know more about your experiences and advice. Like Jay was saying, he says 6 hours or so, we'll see a better relay. And we didn't really do the whole, because in the instruction it has a mode, like you put it somewhere and it can start searching for itself, like what's the best place to be. I didn't do anything like that. We just kind of like, here's the south, we pointed it and just did it. So I'm sure there's a lot.
No, definitely do that.
This is the bottom.
100% do that bit. Do that thing. I've turned the snow mode off, snow heating mode off, because apparently that costs. So the cost of the electricity to run this is crazy anyway. I think it's about, for us, it's £100 a month, but that's UK electricity prices with a war going on. So it might be a bit less now, but But yeah, if you turn the automatic snow mode off, which will melt on, if you leave that on, that will cost double. So I've heard.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, so get that straight off, especially if you don't. I can't remember what's. Oh, you're in Florida, aren't you? You don't need the snow mode on.
I don't have snow mode at all, but no. There could be other settings that are like that could cost us money. So we'll have to find those settings and turn those off as well. So. Well, you've given me a lot of good information and feedback that I would not have known. So it's good to know that within a few hours, it'll just start figuring itself out. But then I can also run all these diagnostics, because it does have modes, folks, where you plug it in, it kind of like will search for the best locations, it searches for the best angles, it does all that. And then, of course, we'll hard mount this, obviously, somewhere on the house. We'll hardwire it into the room, because it's outside. It's actually the farthest away it will be from me, because the goal would be able to have it literally like right there. The modem can be in this room and then throw Wi-Fi to the rest of the house. So this was the worst case test I could come up with. So, yeah.
Well, hang on, if you're hanging on a second, I can show you exactly what I'm getting here. Maybe it's different. Wait 1 second. I'll just be back a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, still out in the yard. It's still funny to me, isn't it? It's just, we just literally just walked. Jake just literally just walked it out into the yard, and it got a better signal and was working better. So that's kind of what we've done right now. But yeah, if this works like it appears to be, number one, it would create the POPs operation to kind of get up and running and stay up and running. So I'll be able to get schedule interviews, get What's Your Story, comic talks, regular cycle videos, and the routine, whatever that new routine looks like, right? Talk Hard can still happen on Tuesdays like it is, but that means I can make my city trip on Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays, so it'll cut down on some of my not being at home. I can be at home more, so that actually makes that schedule works a lot better as well. And then it allows for, I guess I'm going to say, possibly being able to have more flexibility on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because before, those were the days where I was here and I wasn't able to have access to this level of internet and streaming and those kinds of things. I also noticed that I'm not plugged in. The laptop's not plugged in. I know that I've had that in the past. Like, that was actually crucial for StreamYard and such to work better. So maybe that is also another thing. So again, worst case scenarios for Starlink. If any of you have experienced anything like this compared to the other satellite companies, there's no contract, there's no lease payment. You pay for everything up front. You plug it in. You basically get a satellite dish and a router, a bunch of cables. And that's pretty much what you get. And you're up and running. It's your thing. And then they have options on your account. And I don't exactly know how the other functions work compared to residential versus like a business versus roaming versus so they have different options like that. So, but I know Jay he's one of the people that kind of threw his opinion my way. It was great to be able to find out more from him.
Yeah, for me, it literally is the only option. What I get out here, I'm sure it's the same with you, is an absolute joke. If it's not, I'd have to rely on 4G router.
I can't stream at all
and
with
that
the current
goes through
system.
a whole load of trees. Yeah. Well, I was about to show you the speed test on my thing, but it's currently not working, which isn't a great sign. But it normally does. And you saying you plug into your router directly? Do you? Normally,
I normally
run
do,
through a mesh system,
but Starlink, the router doesn't look like it has a direct plug-in, right? It's all Wi-Fi.
You can get an attachment that's got. So I think it's an extra for us. Again, 35 quid. You get an extra wire that has an external Ethernet port on the side of it. So I plug that directly into my Ethernet system. So you can do that. You can do it non-Wi-Fi, which apparently is much better if you can get the router in the room where you stream from.
That would be the goal. The goal would be able to put the router in here, have a direct connection, especially for StreamYard. Maybe not even my work computer, because my work computer, obviously the demands of the day job appear to be so much less that it was actually working okay with my other satellites. So but yeah, this has been a really good test. I'm sort of blown away, man. I got to be honest. Yeah. I didn't expect. Again, this is the worst it's going to work, right? You've roboted a little bit. I roboted briefly. Yep. This thing has not been sort of like, it's not put in its ideal state to operate. It's not actually up high. I mean, obviously it says you want to get it up high away from trees and things like that. I mean, it's not really near the trees or anything like that, but it can be optimized to be in a better situation. So all good stuff. I'm so blown away. This is a great thing.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it's just so, for rural people, it's a game changer. Because I mean, this streaming would be impossible for me if I didn't have this. And I was only told about this by my ex-wife, who had to work from home, and who had a friend who had to work from home in the middle of nowhere. And so I'm very pleased. Anyway, I shall leave you to it. I'm glad this works. I'm sure your audience isn't interested in me talking about internet hookups. Get back to your.
Well, that was all this was about. I'm about ready to shut it down as well. Yeah, because it was just about just trying to do a test and see what would work, and try some different things. Like try to share, try to do that, and see what would actually work, and then we'll just kind of troubleshoot through improving it, and then how to what pops up later on. So, brother, thank you so much for hopping
struggle,
in.
sorry, with one other thing. When you share a video, that causes me to buffer badly, apparently, on my streams.
That would make sense, right? Because then
Yeah.
you're at the mercy of you streaming back and forth, but then also the video itself you're trying to play streaming back and forth. Because that would make sense. Yeah, that would be something I would have to work around as well. And I think what I would probably do there is maybe look at downloading the video in like an MP4 on my hard drives instead of having to stream it. It's actually like a video that would be playing on the computer. Yeah, that would be my workaround with that. That's what I've kind of switched doing anyway, because it gives me a little better. A little better with that, but it definitely creates other issues. But all right, man.
Great.
Brother,
anyway, nice to see you again, and nice to see everyone in the chat. And I shall see you soon.
Yeah, we will. All right. Yeah, Lester's here. Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Great. Good. Looks good so far. Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's been a good. I think it's been a good test. Hopefully, everybody out there. I appreciate everybody hopping in. I appreciate Jay doing that. Jake, it's just been a godsend. Just trying to. Grab the bull by its horn, hook me up, get it up and running. This is literally kind of like the worst it would be because, like I said, it's not optimized. I'm not in the room with this thing. it's just everything about it. But the idea that Starlink has come, and I guess Jake was also telling me this is like Model 2. There's a Model 3. If it's not out, will be out. So I guess there's even an upgrade to the satellite. So I don't want to say this is kind of like the direction that good stuff's going, but it definitely, them you have so much more flexibility with what you're doing. You can, like I said, you can go roaming, you can move around and do different things. So, well, folks, I think it's a good test. I appreciate you guys helping me out, man. This has been awesome. I'm real good, real happy with it. It's been kind of a big thing. So, Penny, it's cold where you are. Hopefully you could stay warm and be good, lady. Hope you're doing all right. Supposed to rain today. That was another reason we had a little rain, but not really rain. So yeah, when I'm looking out that window. So hey, there's Jacob. All right, we'll see. I see. It buffered for a quick second, but there you are, man. How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to drop in and say hey.
Well, I'm glad you did. You had satellite. You have satellite connection as well.
Yeah, I just got it. Let's see. Wednesday. I got it put in Wednesday, and then was on Roman's show, and didn't have a single problem. The whole show.
Okay.
Except one little hiccup, but it wasn't anything. So.
Yeah, Penny meant that I was freezing up for a minute there. So yeah, there was definitely some. Yeah, I'm afraid it might happen from time to time. But I think Jacob, like what you're saying, it's probably not often, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Christian Fandom Geek hopped in. That's also from the UK. But thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for hopping in here. We're. I think I'm with you, Jay. I'm really pleased. Did Starlink or one of the other services?
It's actually through Dish, but it's the HughesNet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's our current system.
Dish has like a. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm happy with it so far.
All right. And Christian stopped in. Hey, brother, thank you so much.
I'm glad you're able to stream from the farm. Gives you more leeway to stream. So that's great.
Yeah, I'm really. I think my we'll talk more operational now, right? And Matt is here as well. Thank you, Matt. Awesome, great. The first step will be now is like do more like interviews, like you and I having a conversation like this to give me more flexibility to record those. We can use local recordings so we can circumvent whatever buffering might actually interrupt our conversation. So now I can get my Watch Your Stories back on track, get my comic talks back on track.
Cool.
Probably not expand live stream yet to see what other kind of problems and troubleshooting that I have with it, and then get it more physically mounted. And like I said with Jay, have the router actually here in the room and maybe even directly connect to that router. So that would be the next steps. But this is a massive improvement because this would not have worked before at all. I couldn't even get this level of audio to work for recording like a comic book review or stuff like that. Wow. So yeah, it'd be like these gaps.
Yeah, I had the coming in. I had internet coming in from a tower before, and if I did anything else but have just the StreamYard open, it would crash. You know, if I went to open up another tab, it would crash. So
Mrs. Pops is sticking her head in asking for a box. So yeah. You see a box there you can use, or maybe yeah. So she's looking for some of the. I know. So, well, it's good. Well, good, Jacob. I definitely will know. Now that I know you also have satellite too, you can let me know if there's any other thoughts or best practices that you come up with. So, Matt says nice thing about Starlink is they may improve over time. Your device analysis, satellite patterns, local. That Matt, I couldn't agree more. Actually, I found the interview where Elon, and again, he has that quiet monotone. I mean, you've seen it, Jacob. It's like there's just not a lot of like other than the "F you Bob" moment, there's not a lot of that up and down with him. And it was like, well, we have like 2,000 right now. We're gonna have 4,000. You know, it's like, yeah, it's only an up trajectory with the improvement for Starlink. So yeah. Look at this. I'm getting trolled, Jacob. This is an inside joke where I was on a conversation with he and Eris talking about applying for a job at Mary Sue. No, I don't think my application went through. I don't think they're going to let me work there, man. I think it's gonna happen. No, I think it's been a good test. Jacob, thanks for checking with me, man, and making sure that it's just this year. I'm not hearing any problem hearing you. I'm hearing everything okay, and it's a massive improvement over where I was. That's for sure. So. All right, brother. Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap up. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Yeah, I'll definitely be in touch with you. We can hang out sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Later.
All right. See you.
Have a good one.
All right, folks. I'm going to wrap up. Let me go help Mrs. Pop with some stuff and play around with this a little bit. Maybe we'll try to record some videos and get caught up on some of those to-do list items that I have for the Old Pops channel, because it's just been, and it's been like frustrating. I've been chomping at the bit to talk about certain things, and it's just like, it requires so much more editing. I can't stand the amount of editing that it needs, and hopefully be able to do stuff like this that can get us back on track with kind of where we were and kind of where I want to go. And we'll figure out this background, because this is a mess. This is just, you know, the random wall. This is the office, and it's like, yeah, that's not really. This is the reason that these things have been up there is because they either haven't. Cause I've been wanting to sell them, but they don't really have a better place to be. So it's like, actually, take them down. Where I'm going to put them. So that's kind of why they're even still up there. But yeah. But with that, guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to everyone else. This has been a good test. I'm really, really happy. So the best test, doing multiple things, multiple devices. Yeah, I did a little bit of sharing. I shared a turn on. Okay, hold on. Turn on the sound. Did I mute myself? Did something happen? I'm sorry, Pat. Don't understand what happened. Okay, let me know. I'm gonna play it back and see what I think. Hey, Brandon, thank you so much. But yeah, the biggest thing was, yeah, it hooks up fast, hooks up easy. It makes this at least possible for where I live. Like it wasn't working before. Even recording a video, it'd be like, and we're going to go, ing. There'd be these little hesitations, and so it'd require all this editing, trying to fix it, those kinds of things. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, well, guys, I'll let you go. You guys do things. Yeah, I hear sounds fine, so I don't know what happened there. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you supporting me and doing this. And yeah, been a good test. And we'll leave this out there for people who may consider Starlink as well. Maybe they would consider this a good test for them. So, but with that, folks, I'll go out with an old school movie thing. That's what I've queued up. And you guys take care. Enjoy your Saturday. And yes, I can get back to work and making videos and doing stuff for us to hang out together. So take care, everybody. I'm Pops.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.